Regarding Rexford Tugwell, I might have gotten the Commerce Clause mixed up with the General Welfare Clause. No, they both clauses were eroded in Supreme Court decisions under FDR. Helvering versus... I made a whole video about the General Welfare Clause. It's called the General Welfare Lie. And it was Helvering versus Davis that upheld the Social Security Act. That's where they said that they... I think it was Supreme Court Justice Benjamin Cardozo explicitly said that he was siding with Hamilton's interpretation of the General Welfare Clause over James Madison's, and that the debate was now over. And then in Wickard versus Filburn, that's where they here, let's look it up. Wickard v. Filburn. 1942 U.S. Supreme Court decision that dramatically increased the regulatory power of the federal government. It remains one of the most important and far-reaching cases concerning the New Deal, and it set a precedent for an expansive reading of the Constitution's Commerce Clause. And if I recall correctly, basically this farmer in Ohio was being taxed on wheat that he was growing on his own farm. And he was using this wheat to, I think he was just using it to feed his own cattle. He was not using this to sell on the market. So he sued the government because there was a tax on wheat, I think. I think it was the Agricultural Adjustment Act of 1938 limited the area where farmers could devote wheat production. Or maybe it was a price control. Anyway, so he took it to the Supreme Court and said, you guys can't regulate, I'm just growing this wheat on my land and using it for personal consumption. It's unfair for you guys to regulate and tax my wheat. And the Supreme Court decision, through this insane logic, said that because you're growing wheat on your own farm, that means you're not buying wheat from places like Iowa and Nebraska. Therefore, it's interstate commerce. It's having an impact on interstate commerce. Therefore, we can regulate wheat that you can grow on your own farm. And I can't help but wonder that if this decision were decided correctly, if it were decided a lot differently, maybe we wouldn't have nonsense like the war on drugs, right? Marijuana, I mean, you want to grow cannabis. You want to grow cannabis and smoke it for your own personal consumption. How is that any different? Well, now the federal government can kick down your door in the middle of the night with no-knock warrants and, whoops, accidentally shot you because we didn't announce ourselves. But then we have Helvering versus Davis. Let's look that up. This was 1937. Was a decision by the United States Supreme Court which held that Social Security was constitutionally permissible as an exercise of the federal government to spend for the General Welfare Clause. 8-Bit Beard asked a good question. What stops them from taxing tomatoes grown in my own garden? Nothing. Because by growing tomatoes in your own garden, you are not buying tomatoes from states, from farms outside of your state. Therefore, you're having an impact on interstate commerce. Therefore, it's regulatable.